absolute Mikel masterclass, scintillating performances all over the pitch. Martin Odegaard, what a screamer. Thomas Partey was going for goal of the decade. And it all kicked off at the end. Henry, there was a fire drill today. I see them all walking out. Is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill? Make sure you subscribe to Henry White TV. He'll be going live as soon as he's finished this fan cam. So make sure you check that out as well. Talk to me, darling. Talk to me.
Just a training session for you lot, wasn't it? Let's be real. Do you know what? When I saw the lineup, I thought, so he's picked Salah over Session over Perisic. I'm thinking, what is he doing? Like, we started the game actually at the first kind of 5 to 8 minutes. I actually think we started quite well. You lot, we were dealing with you to some degree. Between the 8th minute and the 45th minute, it was, let's be real, it was just a complete different, it's like you flipped a switch. But that whole game, I don't think you were particularly great. You didn't even have to get out of first gear. I thought it was a training session. Hugo Lloris, the first goal, there's no pressure on Saka, right? He goes down to the byline. What is he doing there? Like, I know you've been very critical of Hugo Lloris.
Is he still drinking and all that?
I know you've been very critical of Hugo Lloris, but for me, he's been a good servant for Tottenham, but his time's up now. He's got to go. I'm sick and tired of looking at it. He made a howler at the Emirates when he went to jump on the ball and was it Jesus? Just tapped it in. Yeah. And then he's made 2 howlers today. For me, that Odegaard shot, Lloris should be getting a hand to that.
It was a great strike, but
it's a good strike, but it's not hit with venom. It's just a great placement. And all over the park, I think it pains me to say it, but you lot were brilliant all over the park. I think Ramsdale, that's probably one of his best performances in an Arsenal shirt. Right? Saliba and Gabriel.
7 saves. And then he wound up your fan at the end who tried to kick him. He wound up your Richarlison, tried to push him in the face and all of that. Yeah, and that's why we just started taking liberties on your pitch, running around. Mikel Arteta and Odegaard were going, come on, let's go and dance on their pitch. Hey! If Richarlison hadn't have done that, I don't think we would have done that. Yeah, and if the fan hadn't have tried to kick Ramsdale, the fan would probably get banned. Yeah, Richarlison would probably get done retrospectively. But bro,
what, a fan kicked Ramsdale?
He tried to kick Ramsdale. He stood up after the game. Ramsdale went.
I don't agree with that at all. That's just wrong.
Yeah, stewards come along to get him away from Richarlison. The fan stood up on the ad holding, and tried to kick him. Man. Yeah, I know you'd probably switched off by then because most of your fans left after about 81 minutes. And to be fair to him, they normally leave after 47. So it's not too bad. I mean, tapping Tobes, I don't know where he is. Did he go? I don't know. I haven't even texted him, but maybe he left after the second goal. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there, people. But, bro, you're right. It was a training session. It was just a walk in the park. And people say we're rivals. How many times have I said to you, you are not my rival? You are not rivals. And that is the exact reason. Listen, I know it's the first win in 9 years, but I said on the...
It's the first time you've done a double over us in 15 years. Longer than that.
Yeah.
Maybe since the 90s.
Bro, it's crazy. But I said in the build-up on my watch-along, I thought we'd draw 2-2. I thought you'd be a lot better than you were, just because it's a derby. Yeah, I didn't see Kane, really. Yeah, Son didn't really see him. Didn't really see anything from any of your players, really. Yeah, but in the build-up and in the watch-along, I was like, if we go 2-0 up against this lot, they ain't coming back from that. You can go 2-0 behind against Bournemouth and come back, and all these other teams and come back. Bro, 2-0 down to us, mate. You ain't coming back. Yeah, and that was a complete masterclass. We got out of there without getting Saka and Saliba booked, which would have meant they missed United. We got out of there with a clean sheet. 2 goals. Could have been 6. Eddie missed a hat-trick of chances. You know, it was mad. We could have done you literally 5 today. And that ain't even taking the mick. Like, it's crazy.
I was saying in my watch-along, this could be 3 or 4-0 comfortably. And you think this is an Arsenal team. I know you've had the Mudryk, the Ukrainian Neymar's not going there. You had a few more players in that team. Like, if you was to put a goal scoring number 9, say like Harry Kane in that team, for instance, you could dominate for a long time. You've got such a young team. It just pains for me, looking at it from our perspective, like some of the things Conte was doing at half time. That's the time when you bring Richarlison on. That's the time you bring Perisic on. He's waiting to the 70th minute. And then the second half FC turns up. We finally did something. We wake up. We actually put you under a little bit of threat for him. But the game was already done. Like, Saliba and Gabriel, that bozo, that people will tell me he's the best centre back from Brazil. Glorified Emerson Royale in my book, but that's a different story for a different day.
His level's above Royale, mate. That ain't even a joke.
No, but he's got a bozo gene in him, and you know that. He has.
Yeah, he has. But do you know what? He's been our best defender in away games all season. That ain't even a joke. He has easily been our best defender in all the away games we've had this season. Yeah, if anyone thinks different, put it in the comments. But 100%, he has been our best defender in away games this season. Yeah, and it's been Saliba in the last couple of weeks that's looked a little bit shaky and iffy, but he's just looked like a Rolls Royce. And they've both had Bozo-esque moments this season, yeah, but not at the same time, which is why we've only lost one game. It's like one has a bad game, the other one's great. He has a great game, he has a bad game. He has a great game, he has a bad game. And then when they're both great, you ain't scoring. It literally ain't happening.
You know what it is as well for me?
Most comfortable North London derby away I've seen us have for a long
That's
time.
The most comfortable North London derby I think I've seen you play players probably in my life. You nullified every single threat we had. Kulusevski, I thought at times, maybe a fully fit Kulusevski, both those whippage shots he tried would have been on target. No, let's be real. The geezer ain't. I'm not making excuses because you were by far the better team, but that ain't a fully fit Kulu, right? He's just come back from injury, and maybe if he's fully fit, he gets those shots on target. But Harry Kane had a header and a strike on target, but it's just. Let's be real. You've added two players to your first team, Zinchenko and Jesus. Right, Saliba was already at the club. But I know you're going to disagree with what I'm going to say, but Arteta's coaching has gone up levels. Every single player between 1 to 11 has improved. Look at Xhaka this season. With Conte, I don't know what we do on a training ground. Do we just run about and chase cones? Because every player seems to be getting worse. And
yeah, bro, they don't want him there. Let's be real with it. They do not like the manager. If they
so
like
who
the
do we
manager,
bring in?
at least put a bit of effort in. And do you know what, right? That is a disgrace as a player. If you don't like the manager, it's quite clear a lot of your players don't rate him and don't want to be managed by him. But this is your cup final. Let's just have this right here. And I'm not trying to belittle or take the piss. This is your cup final. Your fans know this. Your players know this. To go out and do the performance you did, bro, I was just sat back with a cigar on the go like, wow, this is easy. Yeah, you have got to be the most easy team we've played all season. And that ain't me taking the mick. We've played 18 games now. That's the easiest game we've had all season. Light work. You didn't get near us. Yeah, Odegaard was sourcing out today. Thomas Partey was going for goal of the decade. It was mad. And what did you lot do? A couple of long-range efforts, a couple of P-rollers. Ramsdale made a couple of good saves. That's it. Bro, genuinely, we could have scored 4 in the first half. Eddie had the chance that he should have buried. Thomas Partey hit the post and we scored 2 anyway. We could have been 4-0 up at half-time. Eddie had another 2 in the second half. He should have buried both. Yeah, he had a hat-trick of chances today and we won 2. Yeah, Partey had a chance. We could have scored 4, 5, 6 goals today. Yeah, if we were a bit more clinical.
You had the chance in the first couple of minutes, didn't you?
Yeah, from the get-go, we were all over you, man.
I'm saying, in the first couple of minutes, what is it? Martinelli kicked over. And then I'm thinking, right, we're only 5 minutes in. We're about to go 1-0 down here.
Well, we always start quick and you always start slow. You can't start slow against us, mate. You genuinely cannot start slow against us because we start quick. And when you start slow and we start quick, it's hard for you to get that pace up again. And then you see players like Eric Dyer losing it. You see all your players moaning and crying. Well, that's because once you start slow and we're up here and you're down here, there ain't no way you're getting back up there. Ain't happening. And when you go 2-0 down against us, boy, that's curtains. I don't think there may be only one team in this league if we go 2-0 up against them and come back, and that's Man City. Yeah, maybe Man United.
It's because of the intensity. Everything you do is at 100 miles an hour. The way you press us, we couldn't deal with your. How quickly did you break out of our press within 2 passes?
Yeah, comfy, light work, one touch, ping, 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 ping. Even when it looked like we were boxed in, bing, 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 bing. Job done, man. Listen, I know it's been stressful for you, mate. I know you're going live. You're already late, but appreciate you coming on, man. At least you showed your face this time. Last time your battery was dead, yeah?
I didn't have any signal, mate. I didn't have any signal. You know this.
Listen, mate, it is the history of the Tottenham. Yeah, it's the history of the Tottenham. Make sure you sub to Henry Wright TV. He's going live right now, so make sure you go and check out his stream and show him some love. He's a little bit depressed, bless him. But make sure you go and check that out. I'll be doing my fan cam right now, then Kenny, Jez as well. And yeah, man, we're out of here, people. Adios, amigos. North London is Reds.